Hello, everyone. We are ready to rock and roll. Today's event mastery session. Is it the most pivotal? Is it the most important? I'm not sure if it's the most important, but I know that in many cases, they get on to the first session, last session, and it's a little bit overwhelming. They knew that this was event mastery, so they knew they were doing an event, but they were like, oh my gosh, we're doing an event in 6 weeks. And yes, we're doing an event in 6 weeks, so do it. Get it on the schedule. Let's make it happen. And honestly, anything over 6 to 8 weeks, and it's too long for people. It's too much time ahead of schedule if you start telling them that about an event that's 2 months away. So really, 5 or 6 weeks is the perfect time to do this, and that's why this is a 7 week class. So today, though, what happens is, okay, I've done the preparation, I've got my place, I've got my idea, I've been doing the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire calls, I'm getting enthused, I'm getting energetic about it. And then today we talk about invitations. And the power of this is in the invitation, not necessarily in the event or the charity or the education or the entertainment or even the follow up. In many cases, the power of this is in the invitation. The invitation is where you can touch the most amount of people. So please do me a favor, write that down. The power is in the invitation. The power is in the invitation. So today we're going to rock and roll on this. And I will tell you that the power is in the invitation aligns with, nothing annoys people so much as not receiving invitations. Is it? I mean, it's almost like there's like a triple negative in this. It's almost like people enjoy getting invited. That's what this really is saying. People want to be invited, right? They don't not want to receive invitations. How about that for a triple negative or double negative? So, like Oscar Wilde says here, nothing annoys people so much as not receiving invitations. The big thing is people want to be invited, and they may not attend. In fact, most won't attend, but they want to be invited. Maybe you've seen that meme. There's a meme on Facebook that, it basically says, please know that I will never attend your event. However, I always want to be invited. That's people, right? That's people. People want to see. There we go. So if you're having trouble seeing my screen, I have a way of correcting that real quick. Oh yeah, it says on above, it says you can see my screen. So can you see my screen? That might be the best thing to do. In the questions box, can you? Oh, I can see it. Everybody's like, now I can see it. Okay. So good. That's good. Good to hear. All right. So see, that's why we do that. That's why we have the questions box, just so we can communicate on this. So bottom line, power's in the invitation, and they need to receive the invitation. Moving on. So today's session was brought to you by referralspodcast.com. All right, in a quick show, you are a subscriber to Referrals Podcast. Say yes or no. Melina Roadhouse is in, Larry Morris is in, Laura Inglesby's in, Morgan's in, right? You are a subscriber to Referrals Podcast. Sherry McGuire's, I love your podcast. I didn't realize you could fit that many in there. Janet Fisher, we are inviting you right now to subscribe to. There you go. See, Janet was just waiting for the invite. Are you kidding me with that? I love it. Molly's in, Lamar's in, Linda's in, Gary's in the house. David has subscribed to the Referrals Podcast. So good. I appreciate that. Here's why you need to subscribe to the podcast. It's free. Listen, I don't make any money on that or anything like that. It's just free information. That's fantastic. But I am going to refer to a couple of podcasts in the next few episodes of Event Mastery Class. So you need to be a subscriber to find those episodes quickly. And some of you probably have already even maybe listened to it and didn't even realize it. So make sure you check out referralspodcast.com. We also have as a sponsor referralsmagazine.com. And I encourage you to check out Referrals Magazine and set yourself a goal, Set yourself a goal to be on the cover, right? To be on the cover of Referrals Magazine. Who do we put on the cover? People who take event mastery class, they implement, they hold an event, not a perfect event, but they hold an event and they're willing to share their experience with holding an event. That's how you get on the cover. So it's easier than you think. All right. So next. So August 5th was last week. We talked about planning, preparing, and getting all of the details oriented for the event. And then Friday, you did an open session. It's probably the most open session is that Friday. So if you, like Masha Halpern says, is like, oh, it was almost too open for me. And I get it. It's an accountability session. So, you feel, but the thing is in a week, some of you hadn't done anything. So it was a good reminder to do something. And then all of a sudden, this coming Friday, August 16th, you will find that those sessions are much more structured, much more, many more questions, and we'll have guests on and things like that. So make sure you've got all of these on your schedule for 12:30 p.m. Eastern time, whether you are in California or East Coast or even in the Bahamas. We have a few people in the Bahamas on this class, right? So August 12th is invite. That's what we're going to focus on today is the invitation. So today's objective is invite, invite, invite. Like every interaction you have, every conversation you have, everywhere you're at on Facebook, every person that you are on the phone with, every email reply could include, are you coming to the event, right? So invite, 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 and then email invitation mastery. We're going to talk about how do you maximize the email invitation. We're going to talk about maximizing the video for your email invitation. That's right. You're going to do an email invitation and you're going to do a video email invitation, right? One is just flat out email. The other one is going to have your video on it and you're going to invite them to your event. And then we're going to talk about how to continue the calls with your Who Wants to Be a Millionaire calls and your invitation calls. But mostly at this point, it's more about talking to the people who have ideas about your event. So you're looking more for advice than you are just to strictly invite them. And we'll talk about a little bit more about that. And then, it's time to get on board your sponsor and your charity if you haven't already. Many of you already have your charity in mind or have already talked to them. And some of you are just beginning to sponsor calls and rounding up sponsors, right? So quick review from session 1. Who did the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire calls? So this is a call where you narrow down your suggestions to 1 or 2, or maybe 3, right? Happy hour, wine and cheese, and afternoon coffee. And you call 10 people, 20 people, whatever it may be, from your sphere that are like the people that you really want to go to the event, or they're supporters of yours, or cheerleaders of yours, or champions of yours, or ambassadors of yours. They're your best people, and you're going to call your best people and you're going to say, hey, listen, I'm thinking about having an event. I'm going to buy the first round, and I'm either going to buy the first round of wine, the first round of beer, or the first round of coffee, which is more attractive for you. And that's it, right? So who has made these calls? Who made these calls? Right? So Larry Morris is catching up on it. I got it. Sherry McGuire. Oh, hey, I did it, but not perfectly. Right, Sherry, how cool is that? Bonnie, you did your calls. Now, Bonnie, you were also out of town, weren't you, last week? Right? And then Lamar Lawrence made a few of these calls. Sean Pettit and Tracy Wiggins, who is also here with me, made the calls. So let's see. So a few of you made the calls, right? Which is Anne Marie is like, I didn't have 20. Yeah, and I was out of town. A lot of people are like, okay, first of school. Here's the thing. I'm not here to beat you up. It is what it is. But the thing is listen, just do it. Right? Just do it. This is not an asking for a referral call. This is not a asking if they want to sell or buy a house call. This is simply saying, hey, listen, I'm thinking about doing an event. Now, you know that you're going to do an event, but it's like, I'm thinking about doing an event, and here are kind of my thoughts. A happy hour, kind of a wine and cheese, maybe a wine tasting, more of a wine kind of thing. or I'm doing coffee, afternoon coffee. Which of those are you most likely to? And you get into a conversation about events. And then at the end of it, they go, make sure you invite me, or make sure I know, or make sure I hear, I hope you do the event, that kind of thing. And if you had to bottom line it to people and they go, well, why do you want to do an event? I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating a great first quarter. I'm celebrating a great half of the year. I'm celebrating a record-setting transaction. I'm celebrating all my great friends. I'm celebrating my best year yet. Whatever, you find something to celebrate and let them know you're celebrating. And here's the thing, the key phrase, you need to write this down. First of all, you need to write down, I'm celebrating, and then figure out what you're celebrating. I'm celebrating the best first half of the year I've ever had, right? Or I'm celebrating getting more referrals this year than I've ever gotten before. That is a great thing to celebrate. And then the second part of this I want you to cover, besides I'm celebrating, is it's pay it forward on steroids, right? I'm paying it for, I go to Starbucks, I buy the person behind me coffee, that's paying it forward. And you know what? I just thought, I'm going to do pay it forward on steroids. I'm going to buy everybody coffee, or buy everybody a drink, or buy everybody some wine. So, which of those should I do? There you go. Notice that I did not ask for referrals, did not put anybody in an awkward position. I just had fun with the call, right? Event details are done. You should have these pretty much done. Who are you going to invite? For the most part, you don't have to have that completely done. What are you going to do? You should have a really good idea at this point where you're going to do it. How many of you have your where? Just say yes or no in the question box. Like, where your event is going to be, right? Yes, yes, yes. Sherry McGuire has it. Lamar Lawrence, Nathan, whoops, you're typing. Yvette, Allison, Janet, Bonnie, Gary, Pam, Chad. No to Laura yet. No to David yet. That's okay. We're going to get it. Yes, Nikki. Yes, Yahara. And Tracy and Sean are a yes, right? That's not everybody. Come on now. Is it a yes or a no? You can say no. Listen, did you hear me beat up Laura or David? No, there's a no's, right? Larry and Anne Marie are saying no. It's all good. Lamar Lawrence is going to do it at the pool. I like it. Morgan's like, not yet. Milena is not, no, right? Morgan's like, it's in the works. We're figuring out. Now, Morgan, you aren't doing yachts for tots, are you? Because that would mean you do have it. So, Alicia, you need to figure out where that taco place is, right? Okay, Morgan, there are multiple Morgans on this, so I apologize for having the wrong one there. Alex C is in the house, right? It's a yes. Lamar is going to do it in a new home subdivision. Yes. So do me a favor. A lot of you said yes. So where is it? Tell me where it is. Where are you doing it? What is it? Right? Is it a new home? Is it a Mexican restaurant? Victoria's doing it at a clubhouse. Come on, keep them coming. Bowling alley. Love that. Bowling alley is very inexpensive fun. Neighborhood pavilion. And Bonnie, is that for a new home subdivision that Wes has been building in? Or your own neighborhood pavilion? Sherry McGuire's at your home. Okay, Sherry, that's always interesting. You want to make sure you be careful with who you invite, right? Local cafe, a restaurant bar, elementary school, Janet, I love that. Ice cream social and fun fest. So, Sherry, where is that? Is that in a park? Yahara Martinez at a golf course. Hey, I will tell you, write down country clubs. Country clubs. And you might be like, well, I'm not a member of the country club. Well, somebody you know is probably a member of the country club. And country clubs are always looking to drive traffic to their place. A friend's garage that has 30 plus classic cars. Yvette Allen, how awesome is that? I mean, it's like blank, blank, and car show. That's literally what you have there. Lamar's like, and the builder has already agreed to sponsor. Lamar, if you are doing it in a new home subdivision, so get the builder to sponsor, but you need to get all of the contractors to sponsor as well. So the Tyvek wrap, they have a budget for things like this. It's called a co-op budget. I have done huge events at new home subdivisions with all of the vendors, all the contractors participating with their co-op funds from their manufacturer. So they have built-in funds for these things, and most of those funds go unused every year. Gary Mesnick, my house, annual family fall party. I love it. Linder's 7th floor meeting room with sunset views, which we will decorate. I love it. The pavilion at Town Hall, very cool. It's next to a bike and hike and bike trail, and we're doing a yappy hour. Okay, I like it. All right. All right. Now, when? So when? How many of you have your date? Right? You have your date. Who has your date? Put your date in the questions box. Put your date. What's the date of your event? Is it that Labor Day week? Or is it the 12th? Or yeah, Sherry McGuire's on it, like it's the 8th, right? So let's see, September 16th. All right, August 19th. Sean, that is like, what is that, next week? Is that this week? That's next Monday. Sean, are you sure you're doing it next Monday? Victoria, set up your date, right? Fearful to set up date, no big deal. Just set your date. Here's the other thing, Victoria, you're doing your calls. Ask them what the best date would be. When you ask them, they will tell you a date that works for them, so you know they're going to be there. Gary Mesnick is September 28th, 2019. Yahara is doing 9/11, right? And be mindful of the date, Yahara, right? Lamar Lawrence is September 14th. Linda is not doing hers till October, right? So if you don't want referrals until October, you can do your event in October. But if you want referrals in September, do your event in September. If you want referrals in August, do your event in August, right? Or do your event in September and do all your invites in August. Oh, wait, that's what we're doing. Yep. Janet Fisher, September 9th. A lot of September 19th. What is September 19th? I am checking my calendar right now. That seems like a very special day. So I'm going to go back. September 19th is a Thursday. It's a good day. All right. I like it. I'm actually doing an event on September 19th in Knoxville, Tennessee. Maybe. That's a question mark, I guess. Allison Masili is September 19th, 4 to 7. Moms, mocktails, and cocktails. And Allison, you could do mimosas for moms, right? There's just something to mimosas for moms that just like has a ring to it. Sean Pettit is September 19th. There we go. Morgan Matula is September 14th. Sean is like, no, September 16th. Okay, I got it. Alexia is September 20th. Let's see. Milena is doing September 20th, and she's doing it for the new teachers on a Friday. I can tell you that that will be awesome. Teachers love Fridays. And if you had the ice cream place like in front of a bar, that they would like it even more. Just saying, right? Third Thursday, celebrating educate. Oh, look at that, another celebrating educators. I love it. September 13th is your lucky day with James Uzarski. You can do all kinds of Freaky Friday, right? That's a great one to do with September 13th. Freaky Friday 13th, you know, how to turn your luck around, or, you know, your lucky day. Let's see. Okay, you guys are rocking it. We're going to keep going. I have a lot to cover today. So who will help you? Who's going to help you, right? Who's going to help you? Who do you have that's going to help you? What is their role in life, right? Who's going to help you? Go. That's me on the drum, right? Who will help you? Go. In the questions box, who's going to help you? My spouse. Boom. Love it. My sister. That's good. My wife. I love it. My title lender and home warranty person. Janet Fisher's in the house. Sherry McGuire, spouse, kid, and friend. That's perfect. Neighbor, right? Victoria's got the neighbor. Jesus has my wife and kids. Now, is that Jesus or is that Jesse? Jesse, is your real name Jesus? Wife, daughter, and a mentee. Gary, I love that you have a mentee. Alexia's got a mom, friend. Your mom is helping you. Oh, that's too cool. That'll be fun. Let's see. My branch managers and support staff, corporate marketing, title company, realtor. Larry, you have all of those people already lined up, and you were on vacation. And everybody's saying Jesus will help as well, God willing. Victoria, nice one. I like it. I like it. Let's see. Okay, so Larry already got them arranged before vacation. Insurance company, and Milena has a built-in team, 3 teenagers. Wow, I love it. Insurance, title, lender, charity, love that. Okay, speaking of charity, who will you help? What's your charity, or who's going to, who are you supporting during this event? Go in the questions box. You're like, man, I'm typing a lot. Yeah, I know. I want you to. Sherry McGuire is supporting the best Christmas ever with hers, which is cool. Now, I will tell you, Sherry, your donations might be a little low just because we're so far ahead of Christmas. So Bonnie's is Etowah Humane Society. Love that. Anne Marie is a local pregnancy resource center. Love that. Texas Hunters for Heroes. Cool. Best Buddies. Yep. No Kill Animal Shelter. Man, they just went right to the name with that, didn't they? No Kill Animal Shelter. Janet, what are they bringing for your shelter? And Bonnie, what are they bringing for the Etowah? Wounded Warriors, or a veteran organization. Love that. Vet organization for Sean Pettit. Local Humane Society. So I have, Bonnie, I would say, and everybody that's doing pets, right? Everybody that's doing pets is give them something specific to give, right? Like blankets or dog beds or toys or food, right? Give them 2 or 3 at the most specific. Hey, our Humane Society needs these 3 things, right? Food, toys, dog beds, or, you know, whatever, food, toys, or any spare blanket you have, so that people can donate. You know, you don't necessarily want them to have to run to the store to get these things. If they have blankets around the house, a lot of times that's good, right? I like it. So Alexia, just pick one. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So Janet Fisher's like, hey, they can bring a blanket or a towel. I like it. All right, Morgan is going to do a jacket or a coat drive. I love it. Good. All right, we're going to keep going. So we talked about type of event, venue. We talked about date. How are you doing RSVP? So if I want to go to your event, how do I tell you that I want you to go? And remember, ladies and gentlemen, listen, the call to action on your, and I'm going to hammer that in so big time today. Your call to action for your invitation has to be for them to RSVP, and we have to make it really easy to RSVP. So how are they going to RSVP for you? Eventbrite. Okay, here's the thing with Eventbrite. Is your event public or private? You need to make sure that if you're doing Eventbrite, that you know which kind of event that you want to do. A lot of you are Evite, some of you are doing Facebook, right? Janet Fisher, just because they like your Facebook page, that doesn't necessarily mean that they've RSVP'd for an event, right? So you need to have somewhere that compiles a list for people, and you got to keep this organized, everybody. You got to keep this organized. You've got to have one place that all of your RSVPs are going to funnel to. Yeah, Evite's very easy. That's what we use. All right. First person to invite, first 5, first 10, first 25. You guys have that. We talked about that. Charity and sponsors. And then we talked about a little bit about the door prizes, right? All right. Now, we talked before is how do we decide which type of event to host? I'm just doing a quick review. And you guys decided there were 3 of them that you were thinking about, and you picked those 3, right? And I told you, do not name it client appreciation event. You want to call it something else, like a board of advisors, a networking event, a dinner, fall fest, Fallpalooza, business mastermind, networking, party with a purpose, right? Charitable cause, whatever it may be. Wine and cheese, some type of happy hour name, right? Thirsty Thursday, Wine Down Wednesday. You could call it a working lunch if that's kind of your clientele or your people you hang out with. You can simply call it a get together, or you could call it a connect, some type of, Jesse Connect, or Sean Connect, or Connect to Sean, or whatever it is, friends of Sean. And here's the thing about this is, please notice none of these said client appreciation event or client appreciation party. You do not want to use the word client in your name. All right. Then we talked about using your lifelines to make millions, the $1 million database. How do you make $1 million? Narrow your choices, call 10. This is just a reminder because I know many of you didn't do it. And then where is your community? Where is your audience? You can email your database, all of them. You can email all of them and say, hey, listen, we're thinking about one of these 2 or 3 events. Which of these sound the best to you? Will they respond? Maybe, maybe not. But at the very least, those that do respond are most likely those who are going to RSVP as well. Okay. All right. We talked about the guaranteed response voicemail, and you may want to take a picture of this slide. I know that we covered it very quickly last time, but this is how you get people on the phone. And you're not necessarily going to leave a message that says, hey, we're looking to do 2 or 3 events, or 2 or 1 of 3 events, and I'd like your feedback. I'd like your advice. It's more of, hey, James, this is Michael J. Mayer. Can you give me a quick call when you get this? I just had a couple of quick specific questions just for you. Promise not to take more than a minute or 2. Just give me a call at, this number. Just hit redial. It's not an emergency, but it is timely, and I'd love to speak with you today. Give me a shout, please, just by calling this number. Also, if somebody else happens to answer my phone, just let them know that I did want to speak with you today. Thank you. You've got the number. Just hit call back. Talk to you soon, right? Click. And then they're going to call you back. And then your 2 questions are, hey, listen, here's the event that I'm thinking about doing. What do you think, right? I'm thinking about doing it on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Which of those days do you think is best? Thursday. Great. Those were my 2 questions, and that's it. Now, are you going to talk about other things? Most likely. But the thing is those are your 2 questions. You want to get them on the phone. Sponsor partners, right? We need to be communicating with our sponsor partners. And what is your offer to the partner? Your offer is they're going to pay for the food. They're going to pay for the venue. They're going to pay for half the food. Whatever you think you can get, or whatever you think makes the most sense for you, is the way to do it. Paying for things is very easy. Giving you money is sometimes tougher for them. So make it easy for them, which means they pay for the food and bring a door prize. They pay for the drinks and they bring a door prize. They pay for the event planner and bring a door prize. The big thing here is they have to bring a door prize. It can be small, doesn't have to be big, but the door prize and the door prize entry form, on the door prize entry form, you are going to have 1 question for them, right? So if they're an insurance agent, the question would be, would you like an insurance review to see how you could save money today on your home, auto, etc.? Question mark. And it's going to say yes or no. The yeses are going to be copied and sent to your insurance agent. That's it, right? It is that easy. Please know that this will generate leads and referrals for them as well. And remember that these are all outgoing referrals for you, which tend to turn into incoming referrals. And then also have them send you their logo and make sure you spell their name correctly. Any questions on sponsor partners? Man, we are right on time, but I need you to hurry if you've got any questions on that. How many is too many? 10. So the best number is 7, we've discovered, having around 7. Now, the best number is 1 sponsor who pays for everything. That is pretty good too. We've had that with builders and developers sometimes. But the thing is, if you get more than 7, now, there are exceptions to this. Like Toral does an I love you latte at a bistro, which is more like a happy hour than it really is an I love you latte. But she has like 12 sponsors, but she breaks it up and does the giveaways at different times, so it's not so bulky, right? Yeah, Chad Dempsey. That's what we're saying is if you have 10 sponsors, you just run out of room on your sheet to ask questions for all of them, you know? So there you go. Where does the one question go? It goes on the door prize. Great questions. You guys are on it. You guys are on it. You're going to do this. You're doing it. You're making it happen. You're going to get referrals. That makes me excited. If they have fewer sponsors, do they bring multiple prizes? No. Alicia, they bring one really cool gift. The worst thing is sometimes, well, anyway, just have them bring one at this point. I will tell you a spin later on. So Bonnie, what kind of attorney are they, right? If it's an attorney, what kind of question can they ask? And Bonnie, honestly, you asking me is not necessarily the best thing. What you need to do is tell the attorney who's attending and then say, you come up with the yes or no question and I'll put it on the door prize. And if they don't, right? If they don't, then, you know, it's on them, not you. Can you review the door prize thing more, please? Yes, I will. I will later. Yep. When are you asking people to fill out the door prize entry form? At the event, at the registration table. So they come to your event, they have to register. They get a name badge. They do something else, right? Which could be fill out a card. They could get a drink ticket, whatever it may be. But they also fill out the door prize entry form. Do all sponsors need to have a question on the card? The answer to that's of course no. Just so you know, there are sponsors who just want to sponsor, but I prefer to be a lead generator. We're the top of the funnel. If you're doing events, you're the top of the funnel. So why not make it a lead generator for your sponsors? You know, do all the questions need to have a question on the card? No, the answer is no. But why not? Now, why not would be if you have 10 or more sponsors. Then you just simply don't have room. And what you might need to do is do some type of combo question that might turn out to be a lead for multiple people, right? The other thing too is when they refer someone, that is actually going to become a referral for your real estate attorney. So you can kind of have them not have a question and just say, you know, hey, listen, you don't need a question, because what we're going to do is listen, when they sell their home, they're going to need a real estate attorney, and you know, they would have met you and you would have been at this event, so they're going to choose you. There you go. That help? Good stuff. Your questions are very knowledgeable. We're going to keep going. All right, your charity partner, you need to make sure they give you their logo. You need to put it on the invitation. That's it, really, right? I mean, don't overcomplicate the whole charity thing. You're gonna put a sentence on your invitation. You're going to tell them exactly what to bring, be specific, and you're going to put the charity sponsor on the screen, or on the charity logo on the invite. Okay, so now, you know, we talked about this a little bit. You know, the RSVP is your call to action. So every phone call, every transaction you have, every person you talk to, and I mean every person you talk to, as long as you want them to come to your event, you need to have tip of the tongue, top of mind, you need to have the RSVP. Like, hey, listen, email me to RSVP, or can I just take it down now? Maybe you're keeping a Google Docs. A lot of people keep Google Docs. And then also you've got Evite, right? So you can drop it into Evite. But ladies and gentlemen, please listen to me. And I know, like, I'm not the most perfect organizer in the history of the world, you know, and I know that you guys make your money not by being organized, but by being really good at sales. I get it. But the thing that you've got to do is you've got to have an RSVP system. You've got to have a place. It could be a piece of paper, ladies and gentlemen. It can be a piece of paper. It can be an Excel spreadsheet. It can be Evite. But the thing is when people tell you in person, you need to email yourself, or you need to email someone who's going to take care of that for you. But there you go. I just had one today. I had somebody RSVP for our Referral Mastery Summit by phone. And so now, guess what? I need to follow up with Mandy. I need to let her know that Titus is in, that things are happening for Referral Mastery Summit, and that he needs to be taken care of, right? So in my case, luckily I have Mandy, who, kind of all roads lead to Mandy, so to speak. Managing RSVPs is an important facet of event mastery. This can make or break your event. You need to have an invitation list. You need to have an RSVP list. And then it's confirmed or regrets or no answer. And you need to keep track of this. Any questions on the RSVP system before I get to the invites? Are people good about going from a paper invite to RSVPing on Evite? Yes. They are really good. I have to tell you, a paper invite is not required for event mastery class, but I would strongly implore you to do a paper invite. And there's many reasons, which I'll talk about later. I would do a paper invite simply because it's so powerful. Chad Dempsey, are you asking for a referral for yourself on the door prize entry form? There is a place on the door prize entry form for them to refer people who are looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. Yes. All right, we're gonna keep going. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a whole section on door prizes and door prize entry form. So don't sweat it too much right now. All right, so this week, your email invitations are gonna go out. We need to get them done. Ideally by Tuesday. Today's Monday, get them done by tomorrow. If you don't have a detail, leave it out, right? If you know it's going to be like 4 to 7, do 4 to 7. You need to know enough for save the date, which is where, when, and what time. That's it. That's it. After that, it's an event. And then you're going to record the video invitation, which I'll help you with. You've got a scripting page in your book. Everybody's got a book, and hopefully you're following along in your book. And in there, there's a place to write your email video or your video invitation script, which you can just read on video, or you can just do it naturally, which we'll talk about in a second. You're going to want to communicate with your sponsor partners and charity partners. You're going to invite your sponsor partners, whether they are sponsor partners or not, right? You're going to invite future or potential sponsor partners. Now, if you already have a real estate attorney, you're not going to invite other real estate attorneys to your event, or at least I wouldn't. All right. In the invitation, make sure to include what you're doing. We're doing a happy hour. When you're doing it, we're doing it 6 to 8 p.m. on September 13th. We're doing a Freaky Friday happy hour where we're doing it at EBT. How much is it? It's free. I'm buying your first drink. Just come in. But we're also doing something for charity. I want you to bring blankets. Any spare blankets in your house that you're not using, please do us a favor. Bring in a blanket. It's for a dog. It's for a kid. It's for a veteran. Bring a blanket. Bullet items are best. Don't use a long narrative for your email, right? Bullet items. People want to read quick. And then here's a big one. Don't get too involved in the design. Some people, they work on the design so long that the event comes and goes. You know what I mean? Like, just get it done. Perfect is the enemy of done. It's not going to be perfect, so just get it done. All right. So how do you create a video invitation that is perfect, right? So you can have notes. Just make sure that you speak in bullets. Make this short and sweet. Under 30 seconds would be great. Under a minute is great. Over a minute, you're going to have to redo it. Here's the other thing. Mentally, you need to have your best friend in mind when you are recording the video. So smile, enjoy it, enjoy the moment. And then just mentally review where and when in your mind. So I know that it's going to be September 13th, Freaky Friday, happy hour, 6 to 8 p.m. at EBT. All right, I'm going to do it. All right. Hey, I just wanted to make sure you knew about our Freaky Friday event. Hey, we're doing it the Friday, September 13th. It just makes sense that we do this on Friday the 13th, right? Hey, I'd love to buy you your first drink. It's on Friday, September 13th. Yes, that's Friday the 13th. That's why we're calling it Freaky Friday. We're doing it EBT on State Line. And listen, I'm buying the first one. So come on by. I'm inviting my favorite people such as yourself. Hey, if you want to bring a friend, let me know. I'll buy theirs too. As always, please know your support, trust, and confidence are always appreciated. See you on the 13th. Do me a favor, reply now to RSVP to let me know you're going to be there. I can't wait to see you. That's it. Click. Done. Questions on the video email or video invitation? Michael, you make it sound so easy. Really? Right. That's because it is. You know, if you're good looking, it's a lot easier, right? I mean, I'm not good looking. I mean, come on now. I'm beautiful in a sense. I get it. But the thing is listen, it doesn't matter what you look like. It's the music, right? It's the music that people care about. So let the music. We're also like, hey, listen, don't do your makeup. Don't do your hair. Don't do a glamour shots video. Just get on there and go, I want you to come. Where do you send that out? You can do it through Evite. You can do it through email. You can do it through texting. Okay. Can you use BombBomb? Yes, you can. Can you use Viral? I don't know, actually. I mean, with Viral tends to be more staged and more structured and all that. And it's like, man, you know what you use? People are like, what software do you use to send the? I use my phone. I know. Alicia's like, I want people to come, so makeup and hair will be done. But don't make it too staged. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what people want? They want real and raw and genuine and sincere. Here's the thing, sincerely want them to come to the event, and that will come out. Yes, I record this with our phone, and then I upload it to my email and I send. That's what I do. Yeah, with the details and the link in the email. That's exactly right. Now, that's another reason we have to make it short, because if it's too long, then it becomes harder to send. I use 4K. I don't want to get into all this, all the things about how to record on your phone, but there is a way to change your video settings to be 4K, and you can use 1080 or above. If you have any questions about that, just don't change anything. Just turn your phone horizontal. Turn your phone horizontal. Did you write that down? Video is meant to be horizontal. Why Facebook does vertical, I have no idea. 45 seconds max. Yes, Lamar Lawrence, thank you. Would it be weird to include my dog since it's an animal fun? No, Bonnie, it's not. And so you're doing, what's the name of your event, Bonnie? Hurry, I have 15 minutes to cover like 20 minutes of information. You have a name for your event? Beer and something. Well, invite me, right? You had me at beer and hello, right? So you could do barks and beer, beer and bark, right? You could do a beer and bark or a bark and beer. That might be good. A bark and beer, right? Which it's for the dogs and it's beer. I mean, you had people at beer, you know that, right? So bark and beer and Bonnie's bark and beer. Come on, does it get any better than that? So yes, you would have the dog in your hands and you would say, hey, we're doing Bonnie's Bark and Beer at wherever it is, right? And you're petting the dog and you say, hey, see this little guy? He needs stuff, right? Unfortunately, he has a good home to go to, but not all dogs have a home to come to, and they need things. They need food, they need toys, they need blankets. So we're doing this as a fundraiser, but we're also doing it to have a lot of fun. We're celebrating our greatest referral year ever. We've gotten more referrals than we've ever gotten before. Do me a favor, RSVP now, come on over. I'll buy you a beer. You bring a blanket for the dogs. It's all going to be good. It's Bonnie's Bark and Beer, and we're doing it at wherever. Got it? And it's like, Michael, you're so good at that. You know why? Is because I have a plan, which is I want to know where it is, when it is, and then I just want to have some fun with it. Okay, so guess what? The second invitation you do, the second video you do will be better than the first. The third one you do will be better than the first and second. So just do it, right? The first one you do over and over again in your head will suck. It doesn't count, right? Get through the fear and get into implementation, please. Okay, invitations. Can we do invitations? Paper invitations. If you want, it's not required for this program. I will tell you that if this is your first event, I highly, highly recommend that you do a paper invitation. Now, you will be writing handwritten notes later, right? In a couple of weeks, you're going to write a handwritten note to your top 25. Trust me, that will be a big deal for the 25 who get it. If you had nobody RSVP up to that point, you will get 20 as soon as they get the handwritten notes. It's how it works. Trust me on this. Okay. This is the next 15 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes. This is not just your paper invite. This is your digital invite. The reason that I think it's a good idea to do a paper invite with every event is because your paper invite is always digital before it is paper. Then you can use that digital rendering for everything else. So having a person, and who do we use? We use Fiverr. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you're like, I can't believe it, but we use Fiverr for our digital documents, for our invitations. You should use Fiverr as well. Can you use a local graphic design? Can you use somebody in your office who's great at marketing? Yes, who cares, right? Just have them do 2 or 3, pick the one you like and go with it. Now, this is an invitation. It is paper and it is digital. What I like about it is you instantly know what this is all about. It's obviously about pies. And then the date and time is fairly easy to find and read. It has RSVP info on it, which is better than some of them I'm going to show you. It has 2 shout outs with great info. So right here, it says free. Pies limited to first 250, 1 per family. And then you get a choice. Choose from those different flavors. Would I do all those different flavors? The answer is no, I wouldn't. I would have 1 or 2 choices, but that's okay. It has the why of doing the event, right? We would like to wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving. So we'd like to invite you to this client appreciation event, which Mike has corrected this in future editions. I do not believe in having first or annual or client on your invitations. It's colorful and there is a deadline for RSVPing, which is right here. Now, what could he do better? The RSVP has to be bolder and easier to see. Remember, having them RSVP is the #1 thing. So having it yellow on green and kind of small, too little. And they have 2 places to RSVP. It's okay to have 2, but and it does say here, I noticed that he changed this after I gave him some feedback. Email is preferred, right? Which is great. Scheduled for 2 days. He does a 2-day, November 23rd and 24th. I truly believe that your Pi Day and all your events should be 1 day. Too many pie choices, which I've already talked about. Never use the word first, annual, or client. The title headline should be shorter. So we changed all this. The new name for this event is called the Great Pi Day Giveaway, right? It's the Great Pi Day Giveaway. He called it Pi Day everywhere he went. And I'm like, so use that. Don't call it annual or client. It's the Great Pi Day Giveaway or the Great Pie Giveaway if you want. The website is a waste of space and could be distracting, right? And then something you could do with this, if it is a paper invite, is you could personalize this with a Post-it. I know this is like Event Mastery, like this is Event Mastery PhD level, but something that you could do is this is an 8.5 by 11 invitation. You could fold it up and then put a yellow Post-it right in the middle that says, I really want you to be there. Please RSVP today at the Suzanne@teamsupermike.com. Okay, that's called trashing or personalizing, and it works. Okay, questions on this invitation? Questions on the invitation? How do you spell that company? I don't know what you're asking there. I apologize. for graph. Oh, Fiverr, Fiverr.com. There's 2 R's. Fiverr.com. Oh my gosh. Anne Marie, you are going to love me. Fiverr, if you look at intros and outros that we do for our videos, if you look at like almost anything we do, Fiverr has probably had a piece in it, right? All right, quickly, I'm going to do something really, really quick in the next 3 minutes. I'm going to show you samples of invites, and I'm going to point out positives and negatives. Now, some of these are straight out invites. Number 1 is great. This is a great invite, but the only problem is that on the graphic, it should have the place to RSVP. How do I RSVP? Now, to be totally front and center with you, this is part of an email, and underneath it, it says RSVP here. Okay, so that's kind of a B+ type of situation. All right, friends, fun, simply because we love you latte, and then enter our raffle, and then just too much words, right? Too many words here. I would just go, boom, just say it. Here's the thing, after they RSVP, we'll give them the parking information. They have to, I mean, people who aren't RSVPing are not gonna care about the parking, yes? So another one, this is a good one, right? VIP appreciation event, that works. Silver Ball, I love using the logo of the place you're at. And notice, school supply drive, RSVP, too many RSVPs probably, but to her credit, Kevin and Nicole run 2 separate businesses. So it's kind of like, hey, listen, if you're a friend of Kevin, this is how you're going to RSVP. If you're a friend of Nicole, you're going to do that. And then if you're a friend of the West team, and then look at her sponsors. Is that awesome or is that awesome? This is an awesome invitation. Okay, so here's another example, right? RSVP to Ladera by a certain date. I love that. And then choose your favorite pie, apple, pecan, or pumpkin. I like it. All right, here's another great example. This is just puppy pop-up charity. This is from Tara Carter. The only thing here is no RSVP. Like, how do I RSVP? But the picture is so compelling, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, come on, who can hate a pug? Nobody, right? All right, the great, oh my gosh, somebody used it. The Great Pie Day giveaway, the date, the time. We are so grateful. The reason, I will tell you, this is just a little bit too much, right? I would make the wording a little bit shorter. Here's a real example, right, from Edelman's. The only thing is they're missing a really good RSVP, right? RSVP by 11, at Sharon Edelman at bellsouth.net. Yes, I'm going fast. At happy hour a healthy happy hour for our rock stars, right? So here you go. Will you attend? Right? It doesn't get any better than that. How about an Evite where it's literally on there and you get to click one? It's a Great Pie Day giveaway or Great Pie event giveaway. Very good. She crossed out the XXX because she knew I was going to use this as a sample, right? All right, you're invited to the Great Pie Day giveaway, RSVP. That is very simple. I would probably make this graphic a little bit bigger, stretch this corner up to here and call it good. That's a really good invite. We love our clients a lot. Come have one on us. RSVP, call the Carters at gmail.com. I love it. I would take off the office number, but it might be required for them at EXP. I'm not sure. Ice Cream Social, very well done. And how to RSVP, it should say here, RSVP to Tara Carter. I do like the little handwriting look that is on here. I like that handwriting look. There's something about that I like. Back to school, Ice Cream Social with the McNaughton Real Estate team. When is it? We're missing an RSVP here. Would you guys agree? We need a RSVP. All right, keeping going. We love you latte, when, where, there it is. Once again, no RSVP. We need an RSVP here, but good job with the Sock Rock campaign, which is a charity. Over here, no RSVP. We love you latte. Join us for coffee. No RSVP. What is this deal? I mean, it's like, now you got to realize I got these before they were in the program, so they all learned this later. RSVP the pie you would like to Vanessa at vanessajohnson.net. I like that. This is good looking. The only difference is this is about a pie and these are flowers. I would make the border pies or something around Thanksgiving. All right, like this. That's a really good border. Good. Simply, oh my God, three steps? Simply go to here, right? Go to the website, come to the pie pickup party, and then enjoy door prizes, appetizers. That is a beautiful invitation. This is very well done. If you can make the font a little bit smaller, it might be better, just so that it fits in the gray a little bit better. Once again, please RSVP, with a password. Of course, she took that off, but that's a good thing too, is she used her own website, which is cool. All right, we got a couple more here. You're invited. Uh-oh, what? A video? How cool is that? They use BombBomb for theirs, which I like. Free pie, great pie giveaway. Uh-oh, limited supply. Love that. Write that down. Limited supply or limited availability or limited seating. RSVP today. Text your name and pie choice to here. Now, yeah, pumpkin or apple. I would probably put the pumpkin or apple right here instead of up there, right? But that's really good. Really well done. First day of summer and you are invited. So there it is. First day of summer park, free snow cones. Can't beat that. I do not see an RSVP on there. Do you see an RSVP? I don't, but I like the graphics. But man, ladies and gentlemen, are you sensing a theme here? You know what I mean? Is like, please RSVP for this event by March 6th, but where? To who? How do I do it? You know what I mean? I like the ticket. I've always liked the ticket look. All right, thanks a bunch day. Coco the movie. Oh, sign up here. That is a really good. Oh, sign up below to reserve your seats. Very good, right? Very good. That's an email invite. Game night. RSVP to Kristen. I love you latte. This is a very good graphic without a. I love the graphic for I love you latte. It's just, how do I RSVP, right? Come on, Okay. We're going to keep, that's good enough. I mean, and by the way, send me your invite and I'll give you feedback. Post your invites. Listen to me. Post your invites into Facebook. Okay. Questions on invites. Must we put our license number and company name on our invitation? No. As far as I know, you don't. In fact, I would not. This is a friends and family event, not a client appreciation event. Hortensia, I'm not going to post all those invites on Facebook. If the people, we'll email the people who did them, and they can, if they want to post them, they can. How about that? I mean, because what I'd rather you do is you make one, you post it, and let's make yours the best ever. And then we don't need all these others. Hortensia, you up for that? Are you up for that? Got it. Love it. All right. So there, last time we talked about it in a movie theater, and trust me, this is so hard, but such a great exercise. You're imagining in a movie theater, it's only got 25 seats. So who are you going to invite? Who are your favorite 25 people in the world? That's what we want to do here. But now I'm going to ask you to go to the next level, which is, okay, the manager says, hey, listen, we've got a little bit bigger theater. It opens up to 25 more seats. Who are your next 25 you'll invite? Ladies and gentlemen, your homework for this week is to come up with your 50 favorite people who live in your area. Your favorite 50 people who live in your area. Please get that done. Now, don't worry about these yet. I'll cover those next time. All right. Invitation. Invite people. This is the week of inviting people through paper, email, and next week you're going to do video email invitation, right? So what would be perfect? What would be perfect? You set up Evite, you put in your date and time, and you send out the invitation tomorrow by email, right? Your Evite would be all set up and you would send out an email, even if it's just going out to 25 people or 100 people. Then on Friday or Saturday of this week, the same invitation would go out, but it would be a video, right? A video invitation. Got it? Now you're like, well, what if I can't get the video out? Or what? I mean, the thing is like, just get it out, just get it done. Even if you just do the video and nobody ever saw it, that would be a step in the right direction. Would you agree? And here's what I know: you do the video, you look at it, you're like, that's not so bad, and you're going to send it out to people, right? And so just send it out. BCC, ladies and gentlemen, you do not have to use Evite. You do not have to use Eventbrite. You can literally use your email and BCC to invite out and say, please reply if you are coming. You can do that. It's okay. I have taken off every objection, every excuse, every reason not to do this. All right. One quick thing is you need to get a call night on your calendar for a couple of weeks from now, right? A call day or a call night is 2 or 3 hours where you are going to call and invite people. The best time to do that is 2 weeks before the event. So if your event is whatever, right? September 19th, you're going to do it September 4th or 5th, right? All right. Subscribe to Referrals Podcast. Let me go back to questions on your objectives. What are the steps after the paper invite goes out? The paper invite goes out and your email invite goes out the same day. So they'll get the paper invite 2 or 3 days later, right? The video goes out. It can go out a week later. That's what our system is. But you have to realize you're running our 8 to 12 week system. You're running it in 7 weeks. So in this instance, it has to be condensed a little bit. So let me tell you something. Just get the email invite out as soon as possible. Get the paper invite out as soon as possible. And please note that they're getting them different ways, so they don't even think twice about that, right? So even if they got them on the same day, they would just think, man, you really want me to go. And then the video, get the video done this week or today, and then just hold on to it, right? And then use it when you see fit. If you want to use it Saturday, which is a great day to get RSVPs, you can use it Saturday. If you want to wait until next Monday to send it out, wait till next Monday. Other questions? So this does not have to be past clients. It can be anyone I want to come. Yes, Bonnie, that is correct. In fact, it's not a client appreciation event. Now, if you only invited clients, that's fine, but we're not going to call it a client appreciation event. We're going to call it Bonnie's Bark and Beer, right? And then you need to have a beer called Bonnie's Bark and Beer, because that would be cool. And it had a little orange kick or a little like a little kick to it, little fruity kick. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? Okay, sorry. What are the how do you collect addresses if you don't already have them? And you call them. You call them. Hey, do I have your email out? Right. Here's the other thing, Anne Marie. You're not going to send out 5,000 paper invites. You're going to send them out to your top 25. And then once you have your top 25, here's the thing. It starts with 1. Like, who do you have their address? And it might be clients and past clients, recent past clients. Do you confirm the ones you have before sending it out? I do not. I'm going to send it, and then when I get the returns, I'm going to edit. What goes out the following week? So the email invitation is going to go out. If you do a paper, it's going to go out this week. By the end of the week, it's going to be the video invite. Now, could you do the video invite next week? Yes, you can. Do you resend the email or video? Yes. Chad Dempsey, in 3 weeks, we're going to resend both the email and the video email. Good catch. We do it. Now, depending on RSVPs, if you feel like you're getting too many RSVPs, we will not resend the email. Shouldn't I use Molinex team? No, I would use Wes. You could do Wes and Bonnie's Bark and Beer, right? Yeah, I get it. Molinex team. I think what makes it more personal, right? What makes it more likely that Michael Mayer would drive up from Marietta to attend in Cartersville? It would be Bonnie's Bark and Beer, right? It's more personal if you use your first name. And RESPA can't say a thing, right? If you associate it with your real estate company, RESPA comes under play. But if you associate it with your personal friends and family, then RESPA can't say anything, right? That's one of the reasons we don't call it a client appreciation event. A, and B, people are going to come because they're not going to exclude themselves. And C, it makes it less formal, right? And everybody's like, that's so smart, that's genius. Hey, listen, we have the most RESPA compliant, most effective system in the world. You're going to generate referrals through this, more referrals, because it's going to be friends and family than if you called it a business event. What about buyers, agents, clients? They are more connected to those agents. Yeah. So Bonnie, you could still invite them if you want to, right? What to do if I need 50 plus people to attend? Why set a number on it, right? Why set a number? I would say if you need 50 people, then I'm going to be really focused on what 50 people. I'm going to pick out the 50, and then I'm going to pick out 75 to 100, and then I'm going to go through and I'm going to do the email, the video email. I'm going to make sure they get every invitation. And then once you have 50, just go into confirmation mode, which of course we do the week before the event. We're going to talk about confirm, confirm, confirm then. This is event mastery. Once you are done with this class, you will know more about running events and having a great event than 99.9% of the world's population. I will take one more question. I know we run late. We do that the first couple because people are asking great questions. Nobody said anything about us running late. I am more sensitive about it than anybody else. But what other questions? Okay, so several of you said that you love me, and that makes going 10 minutes later a lot better in my head and my heart. Thank you. But in reality, I mean, right now is the time to ask a question. What do I got to do today? Email invitation. It doesn't have to be graphically pleasing. It just needs to be out. Hey, listen, I'm doing an event on Friday the 13th of September. I just wanted you to know about it now. Are you available that Friday? What do you say or do with fellow realtors that want to attend? Hey, listen, this is kind of just my clientele only, my friends and family. You know, it's probably not the perfect environment for you. But hey, listen, I'm thinking about doing something down the road with realtors, so I'll make sure you know about that. Anne Marie, does that help? Yvette, the call night is for those that did not RSVP only. So the call night can be, here's the thing, the call night or call day is your deal, Yvette. Now, for me, because we have so much, we do an invite and we have 75 people RSVP within hours. Now, we built to that point. So my call night in many cases will be to look at that list and say, okay, who did not RSVP that I really want to be there? And those will be the 25 to 30 people I called during that evening or that day. I do my call night. Some people do call days like 3 to 5. That's fine. Some people do call days with their team from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. That's fine too. It's a call event as much as it is call night, but I've always called it call night because I did them at night, and we would do them as a team, and we would drink some wine or beer, and we would call a bunch of people, and it would be awesome. We'd keep track and be competitive, and you know, we would keep score on a whiteboard and have a lot of fun with it, right? Who made the most calls would get a gift, and who made the most RSVPs would get a gift, and we'd have a lot of fun, right? All right, any more questions? Here's the last thing I want to say on this. Get your event on the board and start inviting people, even though you have fear. Some of you have fear that nobody will show up, or you have fear that too many people will show up, or you have fear that something's going to go wrong. And ladies and gentlemen, you're running this event with me. I am here 100%. I am here to help things go as well as possible. Will something not be perfect? Yes, something will not go perfect, but it's okay because nobody's going to know that it didn't go perfect except for you. So do me a favor, run an event with me helping you now, or I worry, will you ever do an event? And trust me, events are the multiplier effect when it comes to referrals. So Alexia, I just said that the best strategy to have 50 plus people to show up is to follow the system, right? Email, video email, maybe even a paper invite to 50 or 75. And then during call day, you're going to call 75 people to get 50 people to show up, right? if you're buying the first beer, it's going to be pretty easy to have people show up. If you're going to buy the first thing of coffee, you're going to have more people show up, right? If you're going to buy them a glass of wine, then they're going to show up. And everybody thinks that's so expensive and so generous. And the fact is, it is generous, but it's not as expensive as you think. You know, that's the beauty of this. All right. You guys rock. That's it. I gotta close the doors at 1:45. Hey, everybody, listen, this is Event Mastery. You've gone through 2 of these sessions. Some of you have done a lot, some of you haven't done much. And all I'm gonna say is take advantage of this. You have me here to support you, coach you, help you, totally make sure that all your questions are answered. You are scared. Listen, I'm scared with every event. I am scared with every event. I am that something's going to go wrong. Some detail's going to go missing. Somebody's going to be at the wrong place, all that. But you know what? It's worth it. It's worth it to do the events. You know what? I'm an introvert. I would much rather have pajama day every day and write books and just stay home and cocoon away. But the thing is by nesting, it doesn't serve the world, right? Events serve the world. I do events because it helps people. It helps people connect. It helps people do things. It helps people get together and do wonderful things. And you know what? People are craving relationships. They are craving this opportunity to hang out with real, genuine, great people. And we are providing a venue for that. We are providing an opportunity for that, and people will appreciate it. And the way they appreciate it is in the form of referrals. So make it happen before your competitor makes it happen. And that's all I'm going to say. It's already happening. People are catching on to what we're doing, and they're starting to do it. And if one of your neighbors does it before you, all you're doing from then on is copying them, and you look like a copycat instead of a leader that you are. So be a leader, do an event. I love you. Have a great one. We'll talk to you in a week.